It's no secret now that we live in a very rapidly changing world. When I was born, the internet was kind of on the rise, and everything with tech was still fresh and new and kind of exciting. That is, until now. Artificial intelligence has dominated the world in almost every aspect now. I've watched it become a very large part of daily life and make huge strides in small periods of time. I've seen friends lose jobs because of it, and overall it's just impacted our culture in incredible ways. So now that AI has kind of bled into creative work, I thought it was finally time that I weighed in on this whole discussion of AI in filmmaking. If you're new here, my name is Blake. I am a filmmaker and a video producer, and this is Lessons in Filmmaking. So in this video, I will be discussing my thoughts on AI within the filmmaking landscape, whether that's a good or a bad thing, and where we go from here. But before I get into that, I just want to extend a really quick thank you to everyone that has checked out my web series 2020s. I'm still releasing episodes every Sunday through March 8th, so stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, so AI. Where does it fall in filmmaking? So first, there's the more basic stuff. There are AI tools for audio cleanup and isolation. There's tools for a little bit of image editing, like generative fill. Personally, these I don't necessarily have that much of a problem with. If we can integrate AI into our workflows as filmmakers in a productive way, I think that is actually a good thing. But here is where I take my biggest issue. I really don't care for generative AI as an entire workflow and skill and career. I'm seeing this more and more these days with a lot of self-proclaimed AI filmmakers. I kind of find that to be a little bit of a contradictory statement, and I'll get into that in just a moment. But this area of AI taking over filmmaking is where I really feel like we're just getting it wrong. Okay, so we've all seen AI-generated videos by now, right? It's a person probably with like 6 fingers and their mouths move in these weird ways with the rest of their face not showing much expression. This is apparently the new competition for those who actively practice the craft. And this isn't even small scale anymore. I've seen commercial productions from brands like Coca-Cola or Butterfinger. Every filmmaker will know that half the reason we do this crazy, hard, exhilarating job is because we love the process. We love the problem solving and the laboring over a story. We love the attention to every frame and every detail. Not just that, but making it all happen in real time. And yes, I even love the stress. That is the magic of filmmaking. And maybe that's just masochism, but you know what? We don't have to get into that. Personally, I think that chalking filmmaking down to typing in enough prompts into a computer till you get what you want really just pollutes the whole landscape with computer-generated slop. Now, I don't want to sit here and just like hate on AI the whole video. AI is here, it's not going anywhere. I am smart enough to recognize that. I'll admit, I even use it for little things. I use it to make documents. I use it for a little bit of image cleanup. Most of my contracts nowadays are built using AI. And sometimes if one small tweak to an image will better the product as a whole, I don't find much issue with using AI in that sort of use case. With all the other many issues aside, like how much energy AI uses and how unregulated it all is, I don't necessarily mind integrating it into my workflow in very small ways. There are some cases where using this tool to basically earn back some of your time is actually kind of a good thing. In this capitalist world that we live in, time is a commodity. We are not afforded a lot of it. That said, we have to know when it's going to be more beneficial for us to engage in the problem solving and the learning and open new pathways in our brain. That's one way in which I believe using AI does dampen us as creators. So Daniel Kwan, famously the director of Swiss Army Man and Everything Everywhere All at Once, just produced a documentary about AI. And he was at the Sundance Film Festival to speak about this very thing that I'm talking about today. And he made some interesting points in this talk.
One thing that is really troublesome when it comes to the AI conversation is it sometimes feels like we're in the Tower of Babel. Right? When I say AI, it means something different for everyone here. Every single person imagines a different use case, a different technology. It's really dangerous actually, because when you combine how emotional this conversation is with how little clarity there is, that's where you get really intense friction, right? That's when like, that's why we're in the situation we're in. That's why it's become such a toxic conversation. Peter Jackson was using versions of AI with crowd simulation back in the Lord of the Rings. Like when I was in high school and college, Adobe was in putting some of this stuff, machine learning and things like that for like automating rotoscoping or frame interpolation when you're stretching time and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is using predictive models and things like that to assist in the project. And so there are versions of AI that I've been using in filmmaking forever.
So like Daniel Kwan says, AI's been around a lot longer than any of us really realize. And it's a very broad term when people are talking about it. It's already been here for a while. It's just advancing to very large and potentially catastrophic levels, depending on how you see it. Ultimately, I think it's kind of up to the creator. Are you interested in adding AI into your workflow, and how aggressively? Will you eliminate the entire process and start prompting for quicker and faster results? Or are you too in love with the real hands-on practice to even chart that path? Really, the choice is yours. So thanks for watching and tuning back into Lessons in Filmmaking. If you liked this video, I made another video that touches on some of my post-production workflows, and you can check that out here. So till next time, peace and love, and happy creating.